Hey, what up, Nerd Squad? How's it? Thanks for stopping back in. Hey, today I want to do another no bullshit assessment. Today I am going to do a little bit of a throwback movie, though, something that's been out for a minute. The reason I wanted to do this was because this is one of my probably favorite movies, and I don't feel like it got as much attention as it should have, and the attention it got I don't feel like was really that good. So I wanted to throw it back out there into the world, try to get some response to see if any of you have seen it. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest you watch it and then let me know what you think. Funny story is I have just trashed DC on the podcast and on the videos. They let me down pretty much at every turn. So I'm hopeful with Snyder Cut coming out here in, I think, about a week's time now or so, that things will turn around. But this movie, actually, the one I'm going to talk about today is one that surprised me. And this is from 2010, and it technically falls under the DC wing of things. It is a Warner Brothers project, obviously, as well. And it's a movie called The Losers, and it was based off of a comic series under the same name. I didn't know anything about the comic series at all. As far as the movie went, it just kind of had come out. It was one that I caught back in the day, like I said, 2010, and just loved it. I thought it was a really, really good movie. To give you kind of a breakdown on it, it's kind of like, and honestly, it was kind of referenced like this too, that it was sort of another version, so to speak, of the A-Team. Maybe kind of like a knockoff version, which I hate to use that term because I don't feel like it is. I think the A-Team was just a more popular, established title. So it's kind of the same thing, though. It's kind of a ragtag group of like special operators that are part of this like clandestine unit that do these jobs. In the beginning of the movie, they're taking over like a drug cartel's operation. They're going to blow it up and stuff. Turns out there's a bunch of kids there, so they go in and rescue the kids and get them on a helicopter, but then the helicopter ends up getting shot down. All the kids end up dying, and so they basically know that they've been turned on and stuff, so they leave their dog tags there to make it look like they've been killed. So then it kind of follows the movie, them just going through everything that's happening, how they're trying to kind of right the wrong and get back into the U.S. because they're in Bolivia, and take down this evil guy who's kind of behind this whole plan, and it's this super rich guy who's trying to get these modern day warhead things or whatever, as far as the story goes. But you got to watch it, though. This is a really, really cool movie, and I mean, it has a phenomenal cast. I mean, this has Jeffrey Dean Morgan in it. It has Zoe Saldana. It has Idris Elba in it, and even back before Chris Evans was playing Captain America in this movie, he was playing Captain Jake Jensen. Was his character looking like looking like a Backstreet Boy in this movie? But again, it was 2010, so it kind of is what it is. But I mean, just a stellar cast as far as this whole thing goes. And like I said, this kind of group of guys that each have their own specialty in the movie and what they do. But the movie is just full of really, really good action. I mean, it's just a lot of good fight scenes, a lot of good shooting and explode. I mean, just a typical, good action movie. But this movie has just some incredibly funny parts to it. The writing in this movie was hilarious. There's so many parts in this movie that you'll laugh.
She's Fidil's daughter, Clay. She's Fidil's daughter. She's Fidil's daughter. Oh. She's got a gun. It's pointed at my dick. Clay, it's pointed at my dick. Clay.
Would you rather it was pointed at your face?
I know it makes no sense, but yes.
Better?
Not really.
Where's your gun, Jensen?
In the van?
What's it doing there?
Not much.
What'd you do? Shut up.
Well, what if it was pointed at your dick?
And it just is really, really kind of crazy to me that it just didn't seem like it got the response. When I talked to a lot of people that I know that watch these types of movies, there was only a handful of them that I spoke with that had even heard of it, let alone had seen it. Part of the problem, I think, with this was, I believe the A-Team movie, the reboot that came out with like Rampage Jackson, Liam Neeson, and Bradley Cooper. When that one came out, I think it came out pretty much right after this one did. So I think it kind of stole its thunder, so to speak, and didn't really allow for it to flourish in a way that I think it could have, because I thought it was a really good movie. So I don't know. It seems like, and I looked it up too, it was the reviews and the ratings and stuff. This thing was like, it was rated on Rotten Tomatoes like a 49%, and it was rotten, and everybody else was giving it like 1 star out of 4, 1 star out of 5. And I was like, what in the hell? That, like, to me, that's way off, way off. This movie was funny. It was action packed. Some of the stuff that some of the reviewers had said was it's just dumb fun, which it is. And that's fine. And I think that actually is a positive statement, not a bad one as far as this movie goes, because it's just dumb fun. It's a good watch. It's funny to sit down and just watch and see what happens and the stuff that they say to each other and what takes place. A couple other ones said it was loud, fast, and unrelentingly violent, but that it was also funny and very well acted. So, and I agree with that completely. But again, I don't take these statements as being negative as far as the movie goes. I don't know how it got 49% on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, that's egregious to me because I thought this movie was awesome. So, as far as this thing goes, I mean, obviously you can tell as I've been talking about it, my no bullshit assessment on this one is this is a watch. You got to watch this movie. If you like any of these types of movies that have comedy and action and a good story, this one has a really good story. There's a couple twists and turns throughout it. And it's not something that you just sit through and, in my opinion, think, that was all right, whatever. Like, it's a good movie. I've watched it a lot of times over the last, 11 years now. It's a good movie. And I think you guys should give it a chance if you haven't heard of it. Look into it. It's funny. And like I said, the cast alone, with how good of a cast they put together for this, I don't know how this thing didn't get better reviews and ratings. But again, like I said, I think it was overshadowed because A-Team. And don't get me wrong, the A-Team movie, when they did that, I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic movie. And I actually saw the A-Team movie. It was on TV like 2 or 3 nights ago, and I watched it. And it's what made me think, oh, man, I haven't seen The Losers in a year or two. I need to throw that in. So I went ahead and threw it in, and it was just as good as the first time I had watched it. So you got to see it. It is super funny, good action, good story, phenomenal cast. Don't listen to the critics on this one, in my opinion. This one, I think, like I said, for it to only get 49%, I mean, I don't know, miss me with that bullshit because that's way off in my opinion. And I think it's totally worth watching. So give it a chance. Like I said, I don't know where you would be able to find. You probably just have to find a DVD of it. But I mean, with how old it is, you could probably watch it for a couple bucks. You could probably find it somewhere online to stream or pirate or whatever your thing is. However you acquire movies and content like that online. But this one is one you got to watch. So I hope you guys will check it out. Like I said, it's super cool, super funny, great cast. Watch it. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. I really, really would like some feedback on this one. If you guys have seen it, let me know. I want to see if there's a mass of people out there that actually have seen it. Because like I said, as far as I've known and the people I've talked to, not very many people took the time to watch this one or had even really heard about it. So if I'm wrong, which I hope that I am, that more people have seen this, let me know. Let me know what you guys think, what your favorite parts were, if you thought it was funny, if you agree with the reviewers and the ratings on this thing from a handful of years ago that said it sucked. I'd like to hear that. But for me, like I said, as far as all the DC content I've trashed, this one for me stands out. And like I said, this thing is from 2010. So I think, in my opinion, if DC could just keep putting stuff out like this, they'd be set. But optimistic with Snyder Cut coming up, so we'll make sure to do some content on that. We got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up, I think, in about a week. So we'll have plenty of stuff to discuss. But in the meantime, while you guys are waiting for those, go watch this movie. It's called The Losers. Let me know what you think. Hit me up on Instagram, Sector 7 Podcast. Make sure you subscribe and comment and do all that cool stuff here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Make sure you follow, tell your friends, all that good stuff. But let me know what you guys think, all right? That's all I got for you today. But as always, stay safe, be good to each other, and we'll see you in the next one. See you.